Contractors and land management companies need to make sure they get all of this information before going out on site and meeting with a potential lead. What's going on, everyone? My name is Brady Carlson. I'm the co-founder of Dirt to Dollars, and in this video today, we're going to be going over the checklist basically on every piece of information that you should be getting from your leads before going out and actually meeting with them on site. So that first initial phone call that you have with one of your prospects or potential customers, we're going to be going over all the key things that you need to get from them before you go out and meet with them in person. It's going to just help prevent a lot of objections that you might get and actually line somebody up to actually put them into the pocket for yourself so they become an easier close for you when you're actually on site face-to-face with them. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Obviously, the first thing that you need to check off your list is going to be the project scope. What is it that they're actually looking to get done? Are they looking for clearing, grading, excavating? Are they looking to put an addition onto their house? Are they looking to dig a pond? Doesn't matter what it is, just a general basic project scope. You should be getting that anyway before going out and speaking with somebody, but you know, it's in this video for a reason, so definitely make sure that you're at least getting somewhat of like a general overview of whatever it is that they're looking to get done and how big the property size might be, and exactly those finer details that can save a lot of time when you're actually on site. If this is like a clearing project, right, and maybe they have 5 acres of land that they need to get cleared, has it been surveyed? Do they have documentation proving that where their borders are, their property borders are? Is it conflicting with neighbors, essentially, which is going to lead us into our second thing, which is checking to make sure that they actually are the property owner. Way too many times, I have seen it happen a lot with even our own clients. They'll get out there and they'll end up speaking with somebody who they don't even own the property, or they don't even own the property yet, or it was a neighbor inquiring on behalf of somebody else. You want to make sure that you have that proof that they actually do own the property, and they're confirming that to you before going out and meeting with them. It's going to save a ton of time, save a ton of headaches as well. So you definitely, sounds like a no-brainer, but again, just want to make sure you check that one off your list. Yes or no, do they own it? If not, who does own it? And get that person involved in the decision-making process as well. That's obviously somebody that you're going to need to speak to, and if the person that you're speaking with doesn't own the property, for you to go out there, property owner needs to be there, so that way you can speak and have that actual sales conversation and consultation with them in person. Another one's going to be competing bids. Has this person gotten any other bids in the past on the project that they're looking to complete, right? If no, simple, why not? Why are they looking to actually do this and pursue this project now? If they have gotten bids in the past, why didn't they actually pull the trigger on any of those, right? What exactly is it? A lot of people are always shopping around, but if it's a matter of, maybe you're speaking with somebody and they want to talk to, five other companies, right? And we just had one of our clients this happen to, and it's a pretty simple fix. While you're actually on the phone with them, like just ask them. It's an easy question. Okay, well, what exactly is it that you're looking for, with somebody to actually partner up on getting this project completed? I totally understand that you'd be shopping around. I'd probably be doing the same exact thing if I was in your position, but what exactly is it that you're looking for? And normally this will be able to, just help you isolate, what it is they're actually looking for. So that way you can go out there and have a conversation around what it is that they're actually looking for in the first place. So that way you're just not taking shots in the dark and assuming that, they're just price shopping, right? Which a lot of people might. So definitely want to figure that out as well. Competing bids, how many have they gotten? If none, ask why. That's another big thing. Just make sure, hey, why is it that you're looking to get this project done now? Not 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, whatever. Why are you actually interested in pursuing it at this time? And just let the conversation flow and take itself from there. If your business is in a position where you're ready to start aggressively scaling and start maximizing the amount of work you're doing on a monthly basis, you might want to check out and see what it is that we have to actually offer. And we offer a wide variety of services to our clients across the land management and broader contracting niches, where we essentially take over all of the marketing for them from A to Z, basically from paid ads to anything organic. We actually handle it all for you and kickstart the sales process for you as well, where we book on-site appointments directly to your calendar. You don't have to do any of the cold calling, the cold email, the cold text. We handle all of that for you, warm up your leads for you, filter out the duds and the tire kickers, if you will. So all you have to do is just show up and close the deal. We offer basically 24/7 communication to our team, to our marketing team, our sales team, myself and my co-founder in one clean channel, and book appointments directly to your calendar. So if you want to see if you'd be a good fit to work with us, I dropped a link down in the description of this video. Go ahead and book a call with us. And you'll be speaking to a member of our team. Talk to you soon. So before you confirm and actually book that on-site appointment, and I know I touched on this just a little bit earlier in one of the other points, but you want to do a check for decision makers, right? So obviously, do they own the property? And then is there anyone else that is involved in the decision-making process on this? Is there anyone else that's going to be involved or need to be involved for them actually pulling the trigger on this project? And the way you can kind of frame it, you can frame it like this: before confirming that date and time on when you're going to go out there and meet them. Yeah, awesome. So as just so I'm clear on my end, is there anyone else that might be involved in the decision-making process here? I know a lot of guys, they'll like to have their wife there, or a husband if it's the other way around, a neighbor, a business partner. It really doesn't matter, but just make sure that you're scanning and putting out feelers for that, because some people might be like, yeah, I am gonna have to run it by my wife. And if you hear that, just stop them right there and be like, okay, awesome. So during the time of our appointment, I am going to be getting into the nitty gritty and a lot of the smaller and finer details. It's going to be about 45 to 60 minutes. So it's going to be to everyone's benefit to have all decision makers present. So that way, I can speak to all of you, answer any questions that anybody that's involved in the decision making process might have. And it'll just obviously, make the whole situation flow way easier for yourself and for the property owner as well. So definitely make sure you're doing that scan and just looking to see if there's any other decision makers involved, because the last thing that you want to happen is you go through the entire appointment, you go through the bid with your lead, and they tell you, okay, great, everything sounds great, and they give you like a verbal yes or something, and then they tell you like, oh, let me go run it by my wife first. You don't want that to happen. It's one of the toughest objections to have to handle. So when you're actually on the phone with them before going out and meeting with them, put some feelers out for this, and do what you can to prevent it before actually getting to the appointment and dealing with somebody that says, oh, they have to talk to a neighbor, or they have to figure out like property lines or something like that. It's just going to delay the sales process, and it'll prevent your potential client from pursuing their project quicker, and it's just a longer dragged out sales cycle that you don't really need to be a part of. It's just unnecessary time wasted. You can easily cut it out and clean it up while actually doing that first intro call correctly, and making sure you got feelers out for that kind of stuff as well. So next one is going to be urgency. So obviously, why is it that they're actually looking to get the project done, that they're looking to get done? Is it more of a want, or is it more of a need, right? If it's more of a want, you're going to be kind of playing like more of an emotional side. It's going to be a more emotionally driven conversation, with the prospect. Because if it's not something that's like in dire need of getting done, you're going to have to like completely angle the conversation like a totally different way if it's something that needs to be done, right? Because if it's something that needs to be done, well, then there's obviously going to be some type of time constraint on their project, and if the project doesn't get done in XY time, then this is going to happen. And maybe this is like, if they don't get their project completed in a certain amount of time, value of their property is going to drop or something, or more damage is going to occur on the property, or maybe they're prepping it to sell, or something like that. But you want to figure out, is it a want or is it a need, so then you can kind of angle the conversation in their favor. The wants are going to be that's where you might get people that are, you might find a lot of tire kickers that are like, and we just had a client too who just said to us, yeah, I spoke to this guy and I think he wanted like 13 acres cleared just so he could like view his property better, which obviously you want to probe on that a little bit more. And obviously being there and actually looking at it, maybe getting some pictures beforehand would help give you a better idea, give you some more ammo before actually going out and speaking with that person. But that's where you're going to be able to kind of gauge the urgency level, I guess, of your prospects. Is this more of a want? Is it more of a need? Is there a time constraint on this project? Is this more of just like, it's more of a luxury to have it, or whatever? But figuring that out is going to help you, take those appointments and those conversations you have with them on site in a totally different direction, depending on what answer that they give you and the reason why they actually want to get that project completed. So another one which kind of plays off of the last point that we just covered is timing and motivation. So a lot of people too, maybe some people have been shopping around for, a year, 6 months, 3 months, or whatever. Another client example we just had somebody speak with someone that they want to wait until the springtime to get their project completed. What you want to figure out why they're looking to get it done when they want to get it done, why then or why now, and what exactly is like the motivator or their reasoning, the prospect's reasoning for actually completing the project on the timeline that they say they're going to. So if it's in like the winter or like the end of winter or whatever. And a very common misconception is that a lot of these buyers, on the residential side, they don't actually realize that you can complete the project during the winter in a lot of these cases. So like, if it doesn't involve like, having to, dig up the ground or something and there's, 3 inches of like ice and the ground's frozen and you can't move any earth or anything, mulching, top layer, clearing, like all that stuff can obviously still get done during the winter, but most of the times your prospects aren't even going to realize it. Like it's just like a common misconception and this false understanding that like, oh, like it's winter time, like I can't do it now, or like I have to wait until the spring, which obviously if it's a clearing project or something that needs to get done during the winter and there's not 6 feet of snow on the ground, it's going to be more beneficial for you to actually do that during the winter than in the spring, because nobody wants their property destroyed when it's all muddy and it's all wet and you're driving heavy equipment or moving heavy equipment over their property. It's just going to create a mess. It's going to make the project a lot more expensive and extend basically the timeline that project's going to get completed. So it's actually in their favor to actually get that completed during the winter. Obviously, it depends on what the situation is, but you can actually do a much cleaner job and do it more cost effectively for your client, for your lead, which obviously price, and if you can do something for cheaper, obviously that's going to get people's interest peaked and they're gonna hear you out, right? So why are they looking to get it done? When are they looking to get it done? How are they looking to get it done? These are all things that you want to keep in mind and keep into consideration before you go out and actually meet with these people face to face. You're going to be able to just line yourself up and put these people more of in a buying mindset, if you will, when you actually show up and speak with them in person. If this video helped, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Make sure you got alerts for the next one and smash that like button as well. If there's any topics that you'd like for me to cover in the future, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll get back to you and we'll set up a video so we can basically make whatever you want. So I hope you like this one and we will see you in the next video.